Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with your calf tightening like an overstretched rope, hurting so much that you have to hold your breath for a few seconds? There are nights when all we want is to roll over and fall back asleep. Yet the body sends a message louder than any alarm. Something is missing. Listen to me. Leg cramps at first glance. Just a quick, harmless muscle spasm can become unwelcome nightly visitors for many people in their 50s, 60s, or 70s. They wake us at the very moment our bodies need rest the most, interrupting sleep, leaving the next day feeling heavier, longer, and somehow more tiring. And so we quietly endure them, convinced that this is simply part of getting older. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be that way. I want you to pause for a moment and truly listen to your body. Because behind those brief waves of pain lies a bigger misgaya, gentle whisper that your body may be lacking an essential mineral we often overlook. Magnesium. A small mineral, yes, but one that keeps your entire system running smoothly, from the heartbeat that carries you through each day, to the strength of every muscle fiber, to the quality of your sleep each night. And here's the beautiful part. Your body can recover. It doesn't need anything complicated. It doesn't need expensive treatments or long protocols. With a few simple, familiar foods already sitting in your kitchen, chosen and prepared the right way, you can feel a real difference in just a few days. Today, I want to share 3 such foods with you. 3 companions. You could say foods I have recommended to older patients here in the US for years, and I've witnessed firsthand how unexpectedly powerful they can be. They don't erase every problem overnight, but they gently nourish, restore, and help your body regain the balance that age sometimes quietly steals away. This isn't a distant promise. It comes from real experience, from late-night conversations with patients, from the small, relieved smiles when they tell me, "I didn't wake up from cramps last night." So if you're tired of long, restless nights, if you want to reclaim the comfort that belongs to you, then let's begin. What you're about to hear may be the first step toward helping your body breathe a little easier. AGAINA, dark chocolate, 85% cacao. A muscle-soothing remedy most people overlook. You know, some things in life sit right in front of us, yet we miss them simply because they feel too familiar. Chocolate is one of those things. When people reach their 50s or 60s, they often think chocolate is just a treat for kids, or something to avoid because of sugar or fat. But when we look a little deeper, we discover that even the simplest foods can carry a strength we never expected. What makes dark chocolate special is not just its bold bitterness or the slow melt on your tongue. Its real value, especially for older adults, comes from its remarkably high magnesium content, paired with a fascinating natural compound called theobromine. Theobromine acts like a bridge, helping your body absorb magnesium more effectively. It gently widens blood vessels, improves circulation, and sends more nourishment to your muscles. And when your muscles are properly nourished, they cramp less. They complain less in the quiet hours of the night. Many older patients have told me that after just a couple of weeks of enjoying dark chocolate in the afternoon, their nights became noticeably calmer. Of course, not all chocolate is the same. Just like in life, it's not only what you choose, but how you choose it that matters. The best chocolate for your body is 85% cacao or higher, with as little sugar as possible. Ideally, choose single-origin bars from places like Peru or Ecuador. These retain more natural nutrients. And here's a little secret that very few people know. When dark chocolate is gently warmed to below 113 degrees Fahrenheit, 45 degrees Celsius, its magnesium and plant compounds become significantly easier for the body to absorb. A small spoon of coconut oil or a pinch of Himalayan pink salt can enhance this mineral synergy even more. It into a soothing evening remedy for your nervous and muscular systems. I've once had a patient, 67, who was skeptical when I suggested she tried dark chocolate. "Doctor, I'm already chubby," she joked. But 3 weeks later, she returned with a relieved smile. "I can't remember the last time I had a night cramp," she said. And that's when I'm reminded. Sometimes, the smallest solutions bring the deepest changes. B. Pumpkin seeds, a powerful upgrade. Pumpkin seeds are a special case. They're not loud, not trendy like almonds or walnuts. Yet in the world of natural nutrition, pumpkin seeds have always held a quiet but solid place, rich in magnesium, easy to digest, and especially friendly to those over 50 who often deal with reduced absorption or slower metabolism. Pumpkin seeds contain about 535 milligrams of magnesium per 100 grams, much higher than almond. But what matters even more is their structure. The natural fats inside pumpkin seeds hold the minerals in a way that helps the small intestine absorb them with minimal digestive effort. For older adults who often struggle with low stomach acid, this becomes incredibly important. And pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that serves as the foundation for serotonin and melatonin. These two companions keep our mood steady and our sleep deep. So when your body absorbs pumpkin seeds regularly, you're not just easing muscle cramps, you're nurturing calmness from within. What I love about pumpkin seeds is their simplicity. No soaking for 12 hours like almonds, no complicated preparation. Just lightly roast them at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 120 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes, keeping all the natural oils and flavor intact. 20 to 30 grams a day, just a small handful. yet the impact on your neuromuscular system can be stronger than many supplements. Maria, 72, once told me pumpkin seeds were the best snack of my life. Ever since she added them to her afternoon routine, she felt her legs becoming lighter, her sleep deeper, and her mornings free of that tight, painful feeling in her calves. Life sometimes changes from a single small habit like THATC spinach, the golden remedy for older adults. Spinach may sound ordinary, right? Some even think of it as a bland or unexciting vegetable. But after years of working with older patients, I've learned one truth: the simplest things are often the most powerful. Spinach is one of the most easily absorbed natural sources of magnesium that an older body can take in. What I appreciate about spinach isn't just its mineral content, but the way the body responds to it, gently, smoothly, and without upsetting the stomach in any way. But spinach only reveals its full strength when prepared correctly, and this is the part many people overlook. Boiling it to long washes the magnesium and vitamins into the water. Stir-frying over high heat destroys many of the plant compounds, but steaming it for just 5 minutes, adding a bit of extra virgin olive oil and a few drops of lemon juice, that's how you wake up the minerals inside. Older adults who eat spinach at lunchtime often experience better results. The body has the whole afternoon to digest and distribute the nutrients, leading to muscle relaxation in the evening. And you'll notice the night cramps becoming lighter, less frequent, until one day, they simply disappear. Spinach carries a quiet beauty in its simplicity. It reminds us of balance, not too much, not too complicated, just natural and done right. And I've always believed that the older we get, the more we need things that are simple but long. Spinach is exactly one of those things. Emergency tips for when a cramp suddenly strikes. But you know, life isn't always as gentle as we wish it to be. No matter how well you care for your body, there will always be nights when a sudden cramp hits, like an unexpected visitor, at the worst possible moment. And in that moment, what we need isn't long explanations or complicated advice. We need small, immediate actions, simple ways to rescue ourselves right then and there. I want to share with you the emergency tricks I've taught my patients for many years. They're simple, gentle, but so effective that many of my patients call them the 2 a.m. lifesavers. Imagine this: the world is quiet, the room is dark, and suddenly your calf tightens. There is nothing to fear, your body is simply asking for a bit of care. And here is how you respond. First, don't tense up or pull on your leg abruptly. The very first step, simple yet incredibly important, is to stand up. Place your bare foot on the cold floor. That cool sensation stimulates nerve receptors and calms the spasm at its source. Then take a few slow steps, shifting your weight gently onto the cramped leg. This simple movement resets the nerve signals, much like straightening a twisted string. If the pain still lingers, you can try a small homemade remedy. Warm water, a spoon of rosemary honey, a pinch of pink salt, and a squeeze of lemon. Hold the first sip in your mouth for about 10 seconds. The nutrients absorb directly through the oral lining faster than any digestive route. Many of my patients say that within 1 or 2 minutes, the cramp melts away as if it never happened. There's another method inspired by Eastern medicine. Press the Zusanli point in the midpoint of your calf. Press firmly but gently. Breathe slowly and deeply. When you do this, your muscles relax and your mind returns to a calmer place. Sometimes, just 10 seconds is enough for the pain to soften by half. If you want something stronger, try the hot-cold therapy. Apply a warm towel to the cramped muscle for 30 seconds. Then switch immediately to something cold for 20 seconds. Repeat this 3 times. This alternating temperature disrupts the faulty nerve signal that keeps the muscle locked in spasm. I also encourage my patients to keep a small nighttime rescue kit by the bed. A light stretch band, a pre-mixed anti-cramp drink, and a soft muscle roller. When a cramp hits unexpectedly, all you need is to reach out. But there are also things you should not do. Don't stretch the muscle aggressively. That's like pulling a violin string already stretched to its limit. Don't jump into a hot bath. The heat can worsen silent inflammation. And don't massage too hard. The muscle doesn't need force. It needs patience. After the cramp passes, walk slowly for a few minutes to restore proper circulation. Then drink a little magnesium water, like gently refilling your body after a small internal storm. These tips are more than just techniques. They're a way to send a message to yourself. I'm still in control. I'm still strong enough to care for myself. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need as age begins tapping softly on our shoulder. You know, when we reach our 50s, 60s, or 70s, we don't just grow older. We grow more sensitive to the subtle whispers of our body. Each cramp, each drop of sweat in the night, each awakening without a clear reason, these are quiet reminders asking us to care for ourselves differently, more deeply, more gently. No one wants to live with cramps. No one wants to be shaken awake while dreams are still half. But the most beautiful lesson I've learned after more than 3 decades working with older adults is this: the human body has an extraordinary ability to recover when we give it what it truly needs. The 3 foods we talked about today, 85% dark chocolate, pumpkin seeds, and spinach, are not magic in a fairy tale sense. They are gifts from nature, often overlooked. When added to your daily routine, they don't just restore magnesium. They create a feeling of being cared for, of returning to something simple and honest. And those little emergency tips: standing up, placing your foot on the cool floor, pressing sipping warm honeyed water. They're small acts that help you meet the body's call for help with calmness and confidence. They're like tiny lanterns lighting the path through a tiring night. What I want you to remember most today is not just the knowledge, but the belief that you can sleep through the night, the belief that your body can find balance again, the belief that pain is not an unavoidable part of aging. Age doesn't take away your comfort, it simply invites you to care for yourself with more wisdom and kindness. If tonight you enjoy a bit of dark chocolate, sprinkle some pumpkin seeds on your salad, or steam a small bowl of spinach for lunch, that's already a start. A small step, yes, but enough to make tomorrow lighter and the night more peaceful. Keep the conversation with your body alive. Listen to it, care for it, and trust that every small change you make today can lead to a morning where no pain wakes you before the sun does. Thank you for spending your time here. May your nights ahead be gentler, softer, and filled with the calm you truly deserve.